Good afternoon, dear pupils. Today we are going to talk about our beautiful country and its capital. You have learned a lot about Kyiv, its sightseeing and historical aspects of life in Kyiv. And it's high time to summarize everything that we have learned. So the topic of our lesson is Ukraine, Kyiv.
I would like to start with the grammar revision. Look at the pictures and talk about the places the children visited last summer and they are going to visit next summer. In the first case, we can use the past simple tense because it is the most common way of talking about past events or states which have finished.
So look at the example. We visited Kyiv last summer. We went on excursions there. We saw St. Sophia's Cathedral. We also went to Mariinsky Park. We took many photos on Independence Square. And when we have already decided to do something in the future, we use the structure be going to. For example, we are going to visit Kyiv next summer. We are going to travel by train. We are going to visit Andreevsky Uзвіз and to buy some souvenirs there. Also, we are going to enjoy the beauty of Mariinsky Palace, an old part of the city on the top of a hill. And now your turn. Think a little and try to make sentences talking about the places the children or maybe you visited last summer and you are going to visit next. Listen, read, and act out the dialogues. Number 1. What are you going to do on holidays, Anne? We are going to visit our grandparents in the country first. We are going to travel by car. Then I will have a rest at home. Maybe we'll go on an excursion to one of the museums or take a boat tour on the Dnieper River. I'm going to stay in Kyiv in August. Could I possibly join you on your trip? Certainly, I'll be happy to spend some time with you. Let's go and tell Dan. He likes making holiday plans. Number 2. Hello, Steve. How was the excursion? When did you get back? At about 7 o'clock in the evening. Did you have a good time? Yes, I did. How did you get there? By underground, of course. It's very convenient and quick. And now look at the dialogues again and say who has got good news for Anne and Dan. From the dialogue, we can see that Jane says, I'm going to stay in Kyiv in August. And Anne answers, I'll be happy. So, Jane has got good news. Who asks about the plans for the coming holidays? Jane says, what are you going to do on holidays? So, the answer is Jane. Who asks about the means of transport a person traveled by? How did you get there? So it's Dan. Who says, who tells his friend about his last trip? So Dan asks, and Steve answers about his last trip. Who tells his friend about the plans for the coming holidays? Anne answers that she's going to visit her grandparents and so on. So Anne tells his friend, her friend, about the plans. And the last, who likes traveling by underground? The last sentence, Steve likes traveling. And now Let's watch the video about the best places to visit in Kyiv.
Welcome to beautiful city of Kyiv. My name is Julia and I'm gonna be your guide here. Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, is one of the most fascinating and underrated places in all Europe. Today we're gonna show you the best places to visit. So watch this video till the end. Krishchatik, the main street of Kyiv, took its name from the word Christ. Here you can find a lot of bars, restaurants, cafes, and world-known brand shops. So I recommend you to start exploring Kyiv from this place.
There is also a huge shopping mall underground where you can find almost everything from souvenirs to food and groceries.
This is St. Andrew Church,
one of the most gorgeous churches in Kyiv, located in the Podil district. To get to it, people must walk up to Andreevsky Desen, which is a major tourist attraction where you can buy typical Ukrainian souvenirs.
From this place, we can see all Podil and Dnipro River. After visiting St. Andrew Church, you can continue and go directly to a landscape alley. It's a free entrance park for kids and adults full of heroes from different fairy tales and cartoons.
Overlooking the Dnipro River is the Pecherska Lavra. This monastery complex is known for its iconic golden domes, one of the most notable elements of the Kyiv skyline. It was built in the 11th century as an important center of Eastern Orthodox Christianity, and it attracts millions of tourists and pilgrims every year. Standing proudly at the top of a hill is the statue of the strong lady, the motherland. It was installed in 1981 to honor the heroes of Soviet Union, and she is exactly 17 meters higher than her colleague in New York, the Statue of Liberty. For a small fee, you can get to the very top and enjoy the most breathtaking view of Kyiv.
This Soviet-style monument is actually a steel rainbow that symbolizes friendship between two nations, Russians and Ukrainians. All this place is monumental complex. You can see a lot of different things here. And one of the best is the view. Here you can meet beautiful sunsets and have a peaceful walk.
I'm convinced that we have a beautiful country with very different cities, and each city is fascinating in its own. So, let's match the places with their descriptions. This historic monastery is one of the 7 wonders in Kyiv. What is it? Yes, of course, it's Pecherska Lavra. Standing at 102 meters tall, the Motherland statue houses a fascinating museum in its foundation. The Motherland Monument. Explore a fairy tale wonderland for free. Where can you do it? In a landscape alley park. And the last People's Friendship Arch, built in 1982 to commemorate 60 years of USSR. Let's make a conclusion about our capital. Kyiv is a city of invaluable historical and cultural monuments, a city of great events and outstanding people. Everyone will find there something especially interesting for himself. So, our lesson is over. Thank you and goodbye.